What up, everybody, and welcome to Taste and Tolerance, the channel where we'll be reviewing different whiskeys and liquors, as well as touching base on other different topics, ranging from current events, entertainment, movies, TV shows, whatever. I'm your boy Dedos, and with me as always is your boy Cambo Gambino. To my left, the Chizzy Chaps. Cambo, you want to get us started?
Let's go. Welcome everybody to Taste and Tolerance. You know what it is. Today we will be reviewing the Founders Edition Glenlivet. So far, boys, have y'all ever tried it before? Ever had it? Any experiences with Founders Edition? We'll speak on the difference between Founders Edition and 12 year. A lot of things, boys. Any experience?
So the first time I had this, I'm not gonna lie, it was a couple months ago. My cousin, who loves Johnny Walker, which is not a single malt, it is a blend. This is a single malt. Actually bought this instead of Johnny, which was weird to me because that's not something he does. And so when he brought it to the table, we got to taste it, man. And I'm not gonna lie, it made an impression on me. How about you, Chaps?
Yeah, it was actually my first time trying it then too, and honestly, right off the bat, it was a different clarity to the drink, but it's just not as strong or starch in the throat. It's more of a kind of a creamy rundown. Right. You open it, it's sweet, but it's not overly sweet. It's more of a, kind of like a clear sweetness, not that overly pungent fruitiness, but just that little tad bit that really mixes in with the, that kind of whiskey, that we're used to. So it's almost like comparable to last episode's Bullet.
The Bullet.
Yeah, Bullet.
95 rye.
Yeah,
if you haven't seen it, check it out.
Check it out. And this was a lot more clear and lighter than that. But this is a lot more heavier. But this still has a little bit of warmth in it. Which is good. It's great.
Oh, yeah.
So as we read the back of the bottle, it'll tell you about the nose. The nose will tell you the delicate aromas of citrus fruit, notably sweet orange. Now, there's obviously more things in there than the citrus and sweet orange. I definitely, the first thing that I did get when I, put it to my nose was the citrusy smell. Now, again, I'm no, professional.
No connoisseurs over here.
I'm more of an admirer. This is like a hobby. This is great. So no, I don't smell everything that's in there.
You're gonna learn today. You're gonna learn, boy.
But I did smell the citrus, the orange, and
orange
a hint of pear.
So here's what you can do. After you sip, let it dry down on your mouth for a bit. And after that, kind of take a note for the smell, be like, all right, now I'm smelling this, tasting that. Because it's going to take a while for it to breathe and, change up. So you can't detect everything at once.
Well, one thing I can say I noticed when I first poured my first drink. Well, my first experience was with Glenlivet 12. Had an uncle pass away, Uncle Butch, shouts out. And he left us a note. He had a locker in his garage, and he left us a note. He said, after my funeral, cut the locker open. We cut it open. He had a box of Glen 12 in there in a wooden case. This was my first experience with Glenlivet. And
No, is that the green bottle?
That's the green. That's the green bottle. And supposedly in UK, this has replaced Glenlivet 12.
The Founders Reserve was meant to, from what I'm aware of, in Europe and many places in the UK and across Europe, the Founders Reserve was meant to be the successor to the 12 year. And I know you boys across the pond are not happy about that. Now, me personally, never had the 12. I am excited to do an episode on this. Stay tuned on that. That will be coming. Yes, but I have not tried the 12, so I cannot speak on it, the way you may be able to. But, so far, and we got to remember, this is a, 40 proof, Ken?
If I'm not mistaken, yes.
I believe this is 40% proof, or, a 40% proof single malt scotch. And by the way, this is considered an NSA. Do you guys know what that means? Or NAS. It has no age statement. As with the 12 year, we know it's a 12 year.
Yeah, it's 12.
This one doesn't have any, so not really sure how we can compare the two, which a lot of people say you can't really do that with the 12 year because it's so high quality.
Yep.
You understand? But you know, off just first impressions from when I had it last time, and even just sipping it now, it is smooth.
Very.
I don't think you need to add any water to this or any ice cubes unless you want it chilled. That's my personal opinion. Now I know you boys did add some ice cubes to yours, so I mean.
But I feel like yours is kind of the way to drink it compared to the 12 year. I feel like the 12 year is more dense and heavier.
Yep.
So this one was
You
probably
can
a lot
take it with
easier
water.
without the ice, you know, to take down.
Right.
So this is actually what you probably do shots with, like, you know, if you're getting crazy, which you shouldn't normally do with whiskey. But, you know, compared to the bullet last episode, that is like, you ain't doing that with that
bullet
one.
is a no shooter.
This one is one that you can do shots with. That's not going to be too rough.
Well, with me, I drink whiskey always with 2 ice cubes. I mean, of course, today you see 3 and a remnant in there. That was just a quick dive into the ice tray, but
We need a remnant.
I usually drink my liquor with 2 ice cubes, and you know I do that to bring out more of the aroma, bring out more of the top end flavor and the rear end flavor. So, you know, that's mainly what I'm used to. But like my man said, he never. I can ask him get ice, he won't do it. So
I mean, you know, it's not that it's not my style. If somebody says you should drink this scotch and put an ice cube in it or splash some water in it, I will try it like that, but I'm also gonna try it neat.
Right.
Because that is normally how I'm gonna be sipping all summer.
I
I'm
got
very neat. Anything else, boys?
It's like Chip said, it's very smooth. We'll see how it affects the boys. The longer we get
the bottle
into
goes
it.
down.
Which is the tolerance part
Which
of
is
taste
the
and
tolerance.
tolerance. But quick little tidbit. So Glenlivet, the founder's name was George Smith. You know, this says it was established in 1824. Okay? So when he was making scotch under the name Glenlivet, a whole bunch of people from the 1924 to about the 1950s around there were making scotch and using his name, Glenlivet.
Wow.
So he, sometime around 1950s, I believe. You guys feel free to correct me in the comments. I may not have this 100%, so bear with me. But from what I heard, he he went to court and he fought it, and he was the only one able to use the Glenlivet name, which is why I believe this is called the Founders Reserve. You know what I'm saying? I did read up too the reason for the no age statement, which by the way they did a lot in the early days. They just wouldn't, you know, put what the age statement was on it. But he did it because he was experimenting with different casks. I don't know what I wrote there. Cask ages?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So check it. It would be really dope. Think about that. He was experimenting with cask. Now you got to think. Jameson has cask masters to where the whiskey is flavored through the cask.
Okay.
So imagine if we got like a Glenlivet cask master.
Yeah.
That would, oh man, that would be amazing. I think so.
Man,
So-
season 6.
Right.
Yeah, but that's the reason why this one particularly has no age statement. Also, it's also a reason why some other companies will have Glen in front of it, and it'll be like a different name. I'm not gonna mention what those companies are. We'll do different things on those companies later, okay? But the original, you know, name brand Glenlivet, you know, in the community it's a big name. If you drink scotch, you know Glenlivet, you don't drink scotch. Plain and simple. All right. So here's a fun little tidbit for you guys. You know, some I read up on it. Some on George Smith. What's his name? George Smith? Whatever. We're gonna say it was George Smith. Yeah, there's in the notes. There it is, George Smith. Ha ha ha. Anyways.
Shouts to our people across the water, man.
I feel bad for you boys on that 12 year. I will be doing a review. We will be doing a review on the 12 year pretty soon. Stay tuned for that. Again, sorry you guys that this replaced it. The price point on this isn't too bad. I don't know what your area is. If you're in the US, we're paying anywhere from about $35-40 for the 5th. Not bad. So like I said, a single malt scotch at a decent price point. We will be testing this out as the night continues. I promise you that. So you guys will see our tolerance part of the episode. Now, boys, this week been kind of hard. Recently, we did have the passing of Sean Connery.
Yes, sir.
Which I know many people know him as an OG, as a legend, but probably most notably as James Bond.
Yes, sir. My Bond.
Your Bond.
Yes.
Your Bond.
I saw Goldfinger for the first time.
Yes,
It was
sir.
amazing.
Now,
It was amazing.
yeah, personally, you know, I grew up on Pierce. That was my Bond growing up, GoldenEye, and you know, all the other movies. And I never ever got a chance to like dwell into the Sean Connery James Bond films. So, like he said, we did stop and we you know, I looked up like, man, if I'm gonna watch one of them, which one is it gonna be?
Right.
And it just seemed that through the research and the data that I acquired, that Goldfinger would have been the place to start. Now, I am so surprised. I don't know why I'm surprised. I should not be, because you know, I grew up watching Austin Powers. That was a big thing in you know, growing up and whatever. But so many references are straight out of. I mean, even that movie. You know, just that one alone.
Just that one.
It's crazy. It's insane. It's
my Bond, man.
So here's the thing: when you break it down in terms of like a movie and the cinematography, you know, the what's it called? What do they call it? The choreography between the actors and the villains and such like that is different, and it like ages as you go through the movies with the Pierce Brosnan movies. Because I've only seen the Brosnan movies. I never saw Craig, and I never saw Connery. So when I was telling my brother about it and why it probably hits different, and this is the thing with Die Another Day. It was the last film in the Bond sequence. That was the one with the most CGI, the one with the most like action and effects and stuff like that, and the premiere of Rosamund Pike, my girl. She's hot as hell. And Halle Berry. But that was the movie that had the most action sequences and the one that got the lowest ratings out of all the Bond movies and stuff like that. So that's where Bond started to shift. As me growing up as a kid, where I saw Pierce Brosnan in GoldenEye, Tomorrow Never Ends, Tomorrow Never Dies, The World Is Not Enough.
It's not enough.
As a spy movie where he's a spy going through like doing spy tactics, and it's not like about the action, the fight, the chases. It's not about that in the Bond movies. It's about his story as a spy infiltrating, just going through like in the beginning of GoldenEye when him and Trevelyan are infiltrating.
Oh yeah, the Russian base.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And that just sets the tone for the whole movie because you know you're dealing with a spy versus Daniel Craig, who one of his first scenes, and I didn't watch the movies but I know a bit. It's like a good 20 minutes of action, you know, like it's a straight up Marvel.
I mean,
movie
his opener, what is it? Casino Royale was the first one, right?
Yeah.
He's chasing a dude through some third world country, and they climb.
Was that where they got on the train?
No. That's the one where he's climbing the thing, like all the way to, you know, the construction thing. I don't know what y'all call it. Leave it in the comments. I don't care. I don't care. But it's so much action just in those first like 10, 20 minutes.
As soon as you started. Really.
So watching Goldenfinger and Sean Connery
it's
as
different,
a spy. Like it's almost like he was the spy who mentored on Pierce Brosnan. And seeing him for the first time in that final fight with Oddjob, where there was no music, no background music. It was just them two going at it.
I love that fight with Oddjob. Oddjob, by the way, who is a straight rip-off from Austin Powers in the first one, International Man of Mystery. But instead of the hat, the guy uses a shoe.
He was a rip-off from Oddjob.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's a spoof. Did I say it backwards? I'm sorry. Yeah. My bad. You know, but that scene is great because it didn't matter what James Bond did. That dude just kept smiling at him, just with that like he'd hit him and he'd just be like, So it's like if you've ever played a video game and you know something's like a level 30 and you're like a level 4. That's kind of what it seemed like to me, because nothing that guy did was affecting his health bar at all. This dude was on some other level.
Right.
And who throws a hat with such precision force and velocity that it slices through electrical wires, statues. I mean, come on. Can we be real with each other?
Concrete statues.
But you know what? The cinematography is kicking in.
Yeah, I know you called it golden.
Cinematography. I don't know, but the action sequences. What it reminded me of was the last Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, when it's the scene with Luke and Darth Vader, and you got those wide angle, you know, old school retro shots, and they're just going at it. That's what that kind of brought me back to, that time, that period. And it was like that fight, and when you got two actors in that, and they're pure, like, you know, it was awesome, like it was magic, and it wasn't ruined by any of that background sound and such like that, and that's why I think that's why that was rated one of the best Bond movies. Because that fight is worth watching. Like, you gotta go see it.
I gotta give it to Connery. That dude was smooth, man.
That
dude was smooth. And like you know, he's saying like it was very more spy-ish than like spy action.
Spy action.
He knew in situations where his life was in danger, he didn't play with it. Whereas you're kind of used to maybe the Jason Bourne or you know somebody that would have done. You know, he would have been like, oh, you got 3 guns on me, take this one, shoot. You know what I'm saying? Nah, he would flash that smile and just be like, all right, let's go. I'll figure out a way out of this later.
He's gonna have a drink with Goldfinger.
Yeah, you know. And the guys like being treated like royalty. They're like, oh, boy, sit down, have a drink. You're gonna die.
You're gonna notice that a lot, man. Once you start going through the series, you'll notice that a lot.
And don't get me wrong, he still did know how to fight. Like in the beginning, where he was being set up by that girl, and he saw her through the eye, and he's fighting that one dude. He knows moves. Obviously, he can't take on 2 dudes at once because even the dudes he took on just one-on-one, he had a little issue with, but he still won.
Which is amazing.
The thing is, though, he knows. Well, he's in MI6. I was about to ask, how does he know karate? But
he's got it. Well, I mean, the thing was,
he's got that chop that would.
Yes, and another Austin Powers the thing that they ripped off was judo that chop. Judo chop, right? But Bond obviously had that chop.
Yeah,
you know?
Man. That's my Bond, man.
Okay, that's your Bond.
That is my Bond.
Very good Bond.
Shouts out to Sir Sean Connery. Your family, condolences from the TNT crew. You are a legend.
I gotta point out that the fight scenes were hilarious, or not the fight scenes.
No, they just were hilarious. Like when Pussy Galore when he throws her over.
Oh, that was funny. There is a moment where him and Pussy Galore, God, I love her name. Him and Pussy are fighting, and they're in like some barn or something, and mind you, this is real rapey right now, what we're about to get into, but I guess it's the 1960s, so whatever. Bond and her get into like a little scuffle, and he's like trying to flirt with her, and she's like, nah, I ain't trying to have none of your shit. And he's like, nah, you kind of are. So she like knocks him on the ground, he knocks her on the ground, they get back up, they kind of start doing like some wrestling thing, and it fast forwards, like in the middle of the fight. Kind of bad editing, not kind of, it's bad editing. And then he kind of like flung her, but then the next scene you get is her being like propelled into a haystack.
That is Bond, man. It's like I tell.
It's just so out of nowhere.
It gives it character.
Yes.
It gives it character.
It did give it.
Like the end of the movie when he's disarming the bomb.
Yep.
Spoilers ahead for everybody. I'm sorry. There are spoilers for.
I mean, if you haven't seen it by now.
Yeah, something is
wrong. I hadn't seen it. I would have been spoiled.
I'm just saying they've had it.
Yeah.
Even in the comments, we will.
I mean, you guys gotta know most of our things. If the movies are old, will be spoiler. Spoilers all over. But I guess we should put that out there so that we don't get cursed out.
For the people.
For the people.
There are good people out there.
Both sides.
But you were saying disarming the bomb?
No, that's one of those scenes that give it character. Like when James Bond was disarming the bomb and he didn't know what to do and it was mad suspenseful. And he was about to pull the wire and then at the end his buddy comes through and is like, yo, stop. Click. And it was like, yo, he didn't save the day. He did it.
Oh shit. When you really realize it, he did not.
He stopped the odd job. Right. But at the end of the day, all of them would have came in and shut the fuck up. They would have shot him to death anyways. He had he survived though. He survived his idea with Goldfinger. And he pulled off his mission. It was amazing, because that's how he pulls off his mission. He's not the badass Jason Bourne type. He's a spy.
And he always gets the girl.
Oh,
That was awesome.
he got a couple girls in this.
That was amazing.
Yeah, man.
I mean, he started out with the girl who betrayed him.
Mm-hmm.
We obviously, we know he smashed.
Of
Then
course.
he took the first girl from Goldfinger,
Yep.
which is the one that he painted and killed, painted her in gold and killed her.
Yep.
He was about to get the sister before Oddjob killed her. He got pussy galore. And who knows? Oh, and there was some random blonde when the guy first approaches him in Miami that was massaging him.
Oh, right,
And then,
right.
then he, which I find this hilarious because it's just, it tells you that the times were different. But he tells her something along the line where, like, the boys are about to talk, why don't you get? And he slaps her on the ass. And it's just like, keep it moving, baby. Keep it moving. And I was just like, hey, you can't get away with that shit nowadays.
Hell no. Jail time, man.
What?
We
Jail
respect
time.
women.
We do,
We love
but
women.
Definitely do.
that was hilarious.
I'm saying, it's
That-
very done
that-
then. You
that-
gotta appreciate
I mean,
the back in the day.
and like we were saying with the the action scenes and with everything, scenes like this add comedy into this film. Where even though it might not have been meant to be a comedic thing, it does add a sense of comedy that makes you, I don't know, like the movie a little bit.
Because
more.
honestly, we are laughing at it. The treatment of like how they treat people, we're laughing at it, not with it.
Yes,
You know?
and I think that is important.
Distinction,
Just-
like
yeah.
between.
Look at that.
Yeah,
I guess
exactly.
it's happening to me too. I can't come up
How
with
did
words.
you say cinematography? I just said it.
You said it.
I didn't say it
Cinematography.
earlier.
He didn't say it earlier.
I'm like, I just say.
Oh, man.
But do you guys think that James Bond is the best spy?
I mean, yeah.
Not even saying
But-
like who played James Bond.
How many spies do y'all know of? Like,
Before we
but-
answer the question,
Okay.
are we counting in video game spies too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
By the
no,
way-
no.
I agree with Cam. I don't think he is the best. I'd put him in top 5.
Solid Snake, man.
Solid
Ah,
Snake.
that's what I
Ha
was
ha
saying.
ha. Solid Snake
Snake.
is a great name to throw out there because that's not somebody I was even thinking of. You know?
Oh, man.
And yeah,
I'm saying
legendary.
that's the best dance.
I mean,
bro.
who
How
else?
about that?
Who else could take a box behind enemy lines and just
And
go
walk
wherever
in.
the heck he wants? And they're just like, nah, don't worry about it. That's the cabbage we done left in the corner. But he here somewhere.
And then think about when he lost his box, he got the barrel. He got a drum.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Cut in the bottom. Hey, man.
It's funny if you was a noob in the game and you try to bring out the box while they was in front of you,
Yeah.
they just kick you in. Like, bro, we
Right,
just
right,
done
right.
seen you.
You put a box
My
on.
man, it's like, what you trying to do?
But yeah, definitely Snake, man.
Snake, huh?
Rest in
Um,
peace, Solid Snake, man.
Hey, man.
The Hudson
And
River.
he
2 years.
in my heart, he ain't never dead.
I'm telling you, man.
Hey, he's still
We're still
alive.
waiting on that movie.
They gonna
By the
tell
way,
me that.
Give
Shout out.
Kojima his rights.
Shout outs, what's his name? David
David
David Hayter.
Wow.
Shout out to my
legend.
man.
Legend.
Legend.
Yeah.
Then against
That's what I
Keith
imitate.
and whoever took on the role afterwards. I don't want to say then against you, but David's the original.
Oh,
my
Yo,
G.
what was it
Kiefer
took
did.
over?
Kiefer
did
Sutherland.
good.
Yes,
Oh,
exactly.
man.
I'm not
Yeah.
saying he didn't
Very
do
good.
well. I'm not trying to
He's a
say.
different character.
Yep.
And that's what David Hayter had to say about that. It's a different
And that
character
was really
And it's
shouts to
true.
Kiefer, man.
Mm-hmm.
Shouts to Kiefer. It was really dope how they designed that because Kiefer was never meant to be Snake
No, that's the truth.
at the end of the
That's
day.
truth.
So you know,
And he never
all of
was.
us we're upset. Oh, we
It
didn't
was,
get David Hayter.
Venom Snake?
Mm-hmm.
Venom Snake?
And he ended up being medic from
From the
Peace Eater.
Yeah.
Which ended up being the big bad that replaced Big Boss in the original. I think it was a retcon of sorts.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, that because Big Boss
Was replaced by Boss, which was supposed to be.
Everybody grew to love Big Boss after Metal Gear Solid 3. That he became the main character
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
But Big Boss was always the main bad guy in the
Yep.
beginning with the 2D and like
Yes, yes,
all
in
that,
Metal Gear
all that
Solid.
stuff.
Mhm.
So they're replacing it that it was Venom Snake who took the identity of Big Boss instead of Big
Yep.
Boss himself.
So then I
There was
guess
his,
at some point,
Naked
Naked.
Naked Snake is our boy.
Yes,
that's
that's
what we played at.
That's one.
That's me.
That's
Yeah.
1 and 2.
When
That's
I
Big
fucked
Boss.
Eva,
That's
and
Big
then
Boss.
Well, it's Big Boss's clone.
relations.
Naked,
Oh yeah, Naked Snake
no.
is Medic.
No.
Oh,
Naked
man.
Snake is Big Boss. Solid Snake, Liquid Snake, and
Solid Snake. Yeah,
Naked
okay.
Snake's
Naked Snake is Metal Gear Solid 3.
Naked Snake is the original OG, the
Big Boss,
the Super
yeah.
Soldier D.
Big Boss.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's Big Boss. Who they all
But
cloned
what
in.
you're saying is
That
he's
Venom
the one
Snake.
that Venom Snake impersonated?
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
But so
So,
then what
his-
happened to him?
So his-
No.
Solid Snake killed him.
Big
Oh,
Boss. Big Boss was oh man. Oh, okay. So Snake Eater, Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater. You are actually playing with Big Boss.
Yeah.
Yes, before he became Big Boss.
Before he became Big
Naked
Boss,
Snake,
because
yes.
the boss, which was his mentor, this is when he kills her
Amazing
and
character.
gets the bandana.
Shout outs to Boss.
So
One of the
at-
best characters, man.
Shout outs
you
to
actually play. Did you guys know that you talked to Medic the whole time during Snake Eater? So if you think about on the Codex, Medic, he was a black guy in
Yeah,
Gear
the
PC.
buddy who you call up during certain parts and he tells you about the food and like what affects
Yeah, that is Venom Snake, man. Medic.
Oh my god! Holy shit!
That is him.
No,
that is because-
shit.
That's him. That's him.
It makes sense.
Everybody thought he
Yeah.
died. Everybody thought he died, but he didn't. He got the facial reconstruction. you
Yeah.
know.
Because that's how the
what
game
they said,
starts
yeah.
out in
That's how
Metal
the
Gear
game
Solid
starts
5.
out.
You are
That was
completely
Medic.
like torn the hell up, and you pick how you're gonna look, and obviously you look exactly like
That's Medic. And so that's why when you beat Phantom Pain, at the end of the credits, you get a picture of Big Boss in the middle, Medic beside him, and Dr. Naomi on the other side of him. That's why Medic was sitting next to him.
mind blown.
That's it's
I
wild,
don't even need
man.
another drink. Let's just go ahead and preemptively put my third.
But we got pretty deep in that, boys. Yeah, that's my favorite spot.
That's
Okay,
my
no.
that's the best one. Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
best
I
in the
can't-
video
I
game.
don't
That
know.
was such a good throw into like I didn't even think about Solid Snake.
Man, and I know somebody's gonna watch this and be like, man, how are they not gonna mention
Tom Clancy, Splinter Cell.
whoever?
Sam
You know, because I mean,
He's that guy.
Sam Fisher, that's his
Mhm.
name. I never played Tom
Splinter Cell?
Clancy. Yeah, I never
Oh,
played.
wow.
You know what? I may
He's a
have played
legend.
one Splinter
He's a
Cell,
legend.
but I'm too young to know how to play the game.
Yeah, what's the Sly Raccoon?
I'm not-
I forgot the series.
Shouts to Sam Fisher too at the Ghost Recon Wildlands. Sam Fisher had a short cameo in there, and he actually gave a shout out to Solid Snake and Metal Gear Solid after they got absolved. So shout out to them, man. Sam Fisher.
We got Snake. So I guess you guys settled on Naked Snake as number one?
No,
Solid Snake.
Solid Snake. Okay, so Metal Gear 1 and 2.
Pliskin and Metal Gear Solid 2.
Yeah,
Yes,
so this-
sir. Let's go.
The Hudson River. 2 years ago. God, that shit was
What
dope. And the
about-
motherfucker's just in his, what was it, poncho, and then just
Yeah,
jumps off the
and-
bridge.
and hit the
you're
camel?
like, what are you
Yo.
doing? And not for nothing, that Metal Gear Solid 2, I think was like ahead of its time.
One of the
man.
best
It was
games
way
ever
ahead of
made.
its kind of that deal. This one is an easy to impress kind of drink.
No, I'm on the 12. You get more backstory on the box.
I believe it's higher proof as well.
On the bottle too.
That's why it's a great entry drink.
Yeah, so on the 12 you get backstory here on the front, wrapping around. You get more facts on the back, and then on the bottle you
Right
get,
now, I'm gonna fact check you because when we do, and I want y'all to pay attention. Cam just went out and said that the box on the 12-year has more information. When we do the 12-year thing, if it doesn't have more
Wait, is that what
information,
you said? That the 12-year box has more info?
yeah. So now it's a fact check.
the box and box.
Yo,
So-
you're gonna lose this one too.
Ah.
That means you'll lose the second fact checker. We have a fact check after this before we film the 12-year.
Mm-hmm.
It still counts as the second fact check.
So pretty much, fact check on the show. I challenge Cam. Cam just said something. If Cam is wrong, he's gonna have to take a couple shots before the show starts. You guys will watch it.
Like he did in the first episode, which technically hasn't aired yet.
Hasn't aired yet. Stop talking about it. Yeah, you can keep talking about it. But the point is, whoever loses the fact check about to take a couple shots and gonna get saucy during the episode if it's
yeah,
me.
no.
Man.
Listen, we have right here a throw up can. That's a lie. It's not right here. It's actually over there. But it doesn't matter for right now. The point is, we're prepared for this. We built for this.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Do not forget where we come from. I mean, I know it's easy to forget because we ain't never brought it up.
Talk to him.
But we about this.
Talk
Okay?
to him.
So, a point on this show is going to be fact check. If you are wrong when we do the 12, you will take the shots. If you are right, because I called it, I'll take the shots. So, something to stay tuned on, the 12-year review fact check, because we won't be able to do it until then.
Yep. We may get a test your tolerance episode.
And time out, when did I lose the first fact check?
In the last episode, the first time,
What was it?
I was too drunk.
Listen, I don't remember.
But you took the
You know
shot.
what I'm saying?
You took the shot.
I
It's
did?
recorded. Yeah.
Oh,
Really?
You see, he don't remember
I'm
either.
saying,
So this
I
is the fun part about taste and tolerance. Obviously, our tolerance is okay because we finished filming.
We
But
yeah,
the
we
point
did.
is I don't remember. Right?
Yeah, but what's incredible is like when we find a drink that tests our limits.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're halfway through, we could finish this and we'll probably still be able to like, yo, let's kill another, let's murder another.
Yo,
I have
another pint.
one from my hometown.
Where you from, Cam? Where you from?
Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Tennessee in the house.
Yes, right there.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yo, shout
boys.
out to everybody in chat,
I've been
Tennessee
once,
right
man.
now.
But we have a whiskey that will definitely test
I believe it.
your tolerance.
Fuck that, I
It is
believe it.
Chattanooga whiskey.
It's like
we will do an
moonshine.
episode
Yeah, I was
on
about
that.
to say, don't bring me no moonshine.
No moonshine. That's Gatlinburg. That's
Ooh.
Gatlinburg. Shout out to Chattanooga whiskey, Tennessee whiskey. You will get your episode, and I think if it's up to me, that'll be the one.
That takes out the boys?
Yeah,
All
No
three
way.
of us?
Yo, that's big
That
claim.
means they are
That's
gonna
big
pass
claim.
out.
that is a big claim.
The episode where we all pass out right here. That's the golden legendary episode that this
Yes,
is.
sir.
Listen, we don't know who's gonna do it.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
We this is our first episode. We're starting with Glenlivet. All right. We're wavy. We're saucy. We ain't there, and it's gonna take us a minute to get there. I don't think this bottle's gonna do it.
I don't either. I think
not with our tolerance, but maybe you'll bring some to the table. Maybe you'll bring some to the table. Maybe I'll bring some to
It's
the
like
table, and
ghost
it'll get us faded. Remember, we're not only gonna be doing whiskeys. We will be venturing off to different liquors. I mean, we ain't really ever gonna do Baileys and nothing like that.
no. I couldn't.
God.
You know, that's no, and I
That's
don't.
the point.
Listen.
I'm lactose.
If you like Bailey, I'm not trying to hate on you. It's just not for me.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. Keep it moving.
We will test.
Man, I really
all
like this
kinds
one.
of-
I mean, we drink pretty much anything along the lines: vodka, tequila, whiskey, scotch, Irish,
I don't
whatever
drink
you
vodka.
want. Okay,
Top
he
shelf,
don't drink
man.
I
vodka.
never drank. You know, I don't drink vodka.
You drank vodka with me before.
Like 6-7 years ago. It's been 10 years. No, it's been 10 years.
It's because we don't buy vodka.
It's been
in this
10
house.
years. I don't drink vodka. I don't drink
I'm
vodka.
sure
No.
that if we were in a venue
There's been
and there
too many-
was no alcohol
drank-
but
I don't
vodka,
drink vodka.
you would drink
I
vodka.
know. I've been
Oh,
drinking
man.
I know
That's
it's real?
real?
That so many times.
You know what's real?
I don't drink vodka.
I don't drink vodka.
You know what? And I guess that's my cue, ladies and gentlemen. It was
Thank
nice.
you.
It was nice.
I don't drink vodka.
Yo,
I
listen,
don't drink
listen. Both of y'all will not put this to the statement right now, that if we were at a venue and it was dry
I'm
and
just
the
saying.
only thing to drink was vodka, you telling me you wouldn't drink?
Alright, let's diagnose vodka real quick. Let's
Well, we don't have to
pretend we're drinking
diagnose vodka. Answer the
okay,
question.
This is an drinking rubbing alcohol.
Prime example, your birthday.
This is some smooth rubbing.
You drank vodka.
I did not.
No, he
I gave
didn't.
you
He
one.
passed it on to
I
me,
gave it to you.
and I passed it on to my brother-in-law.
Exactly. I don't drink vodka.
He had two. No, but that's because you got him free from that weird dude.
No, I had
It
a
don't
really
matter.
bad experience with vodka, man.
Vodka's just dry and
Really?
horrible and it's fucking no.
No, it's
To
some
my
good ones.
Russian comrades, I want to apologize for my
Russian.
people.
I love you, Russian. Dos vidania.
They don't. Yeah, you're saying goodbye. Why? Don't say
I
goodbye
don't
to
want that.
Russia.
I don't want to talk about vodka no more.
Oh my goodness! Listen, Russia.
whiskey and rum.
I fuck with vodka. That's all I'm gonna say. Ain't no way you gonna tell me. I mean, Jamie Foxx said the goose had him loose. All right.
And that is true. And this is part of my bad experience, man.
Listen, man.
What happened?
It
is
just
this an
sounded to me.
episode or is this a future
You want me to-
episode?
Y'all want me to,
right now?
Y'all want me to delve into it?
I mean, we're obviously. We just took a turn.
We did.
We took a real sharp turn and we crashed into vodka. And now these guys are like, well, we didn't crash into vodka. It was a
Right,
turn. Oh my God.
Right.
Let me tell. I mean, go ahead. Tell your story.
Oh, to make it quick, I was taking shots of Grey Goose, which what I thought were shots.
And probably what you thought was Grey Goose.
No, it was Grey Goose, but what I thought were shots. Somebody walked in and said, "Hey man, how many shots have you taken?" I said, "I've taken about 7." He said, "Well, hold on, because that's a double shot glass." And it's like, as soon as he told me that,
That's
man, I
14.
just...
Ladies and gentlemen,
It really did.
this is Taste Intolerance.
Yes, sir.
We've gone over a couple topics tonight. We've been drinking on this Glenlivet for a while
How y'all
now.
feeling right now? What level are you at into the way? Because I'm like pretty fucking turned.
We're
I'm
pretty
ready to
saucy.
get into the final rating.
Well,
Yeah,
before we get into the
wait.
final rating, I think we should wait for the wrap up.
I'm Max B.
I think we need to wait for the wrap up.
Yeah, it's like 10 wrap.
So
We've been
guys,
filming for an hour now.
pretty
Like,
much.
It's a long episode.
as you see, the bottle is pretty low. We've been sipping. We are going to get into the wrap up and a couple other things. We want to thank you guys for being tuned to everything. Sincerely, from the bottom of my heart. You guys could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, and we appreciate that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I have to keep them
Let
out.
me deliver the
I have to
wine.
keep the audience out.
But, like, this is hope.
Yeah, I know, but I have to keep them out.
Anyway, we want to thank you guys. Stay tuned for the wrap up. We're going to rate Glenlivet Founders Reserve. We're going to give you guys a little bit more of the tolerance. Stay tuned. Thank you very much. This is the wrap up. Now, you guys been following along. You know we've been sipping. You know the tolerance is getting lower and lower each second. The bottle's getting lower and lower each second. Ain't much left. I guess I'm gonna be the one to start us off, guys, because realistically and honestly, as I'm pretty sauced.
Yeah, I'm wavy.
But it's not a bad sauce where I can't function, I can't think, Nah, I'm good.
I'm good.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel grown and sexy. If I was sipping on this and I was at a venue and I didn't have to worry about COVID.
Or driving.
Or driving. You know, I couldn't drive right now.
Don't drink and drive.
Yeah, absolutely not. Uber, Lyft, and whatever
Support
other
'em.
services you got.
Support
because
them.
Support your
Yo,
local.
they're independent contractors now.
Yeah, but if you're in New York,
Support.
support the taxis.
Yellow taxi.
And I'm gonna shout them out. You always do this with the characters. I'm gonna shout them out even though they sound weird. Seaman. If you're in New York, you already know. Si buena. 2 segundos, Sherman. Un minuto, papa. Yeah. Fuck with them. In the New York area, Sherman or Seaman and whatever else you guys want to mess with, that's locally. Go ahead and do that. We are big supporters of local businesses. Now, that being said, don't drink and drive. It ain't worth it. At the end of the day, whether it's your life, a ticket, whatever the case may be.
Someone else's life.
Whatever the case may be, it's not worth it. Do what you gotta do, due diligence. If you're gonna drink, drink responsibly. Now we all have. Cam not driving. We obviously not driving. We Gucci. Make sure you guys are too.
Definitely.
That's definitely something we want to advocate on this show. Now, woo, boy,
Woo!
I'm telling you.
With flair.
Real quick, being that this was the week of, I do want to shout out everybody who came out to vote.
Came out and raised their voice, man.
It doesn't matter what side you chose. Doesn't matter what side you chose. At the end of the day, you came out and you showed out. Whether you're in swing states like we were, Georgia, or you were in whatever state that's historically whatever color it may be. Guys, doesn't matter who won. At the end of the day, we all are a part of the same boat. So, depending on which direction we're headed in that direction together.
Let's get the hate out the blood.
Let's just make sure we remember that, because whether this next president will be what we want in the next 4 years or not, together, we have to decide and hold them accountable. And we will be. And you best believe we will be. Because it doesn't matter whether you're Trump or Biden. At the end of the day, you need to make sure you do right by the people. And shout out to everybody who just came out, voted, did what you had to do. Historically, I think there were some of the biggest numbers in history.
People got out made history, man. I think that's
I don't want the panic across the country. I don't want none of that. You know what I'm saying? We live in here. Whether we have differences in opinion, it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, whoever leads this country, we're still going to be here on the day-to-day. And let's make sure we remember that. Because it may be your neighbors, maybe your family, maybe anybody, co-workers. Just make sure you remember we're all the same in one way or another. So, Glenlivet Founders Reserve. Cam, what you rate it?
I give it out of 10, I'll give it a solid 4.
Ooh, Campbell. 4 out of 10.
4 out of 10.
Golly.
It's got nice drinkability. It's like Chip spoke on acidity. You know, definitely not a 12. It's not a Glenlivet 12, but it's more of like a social drink. It'll be more accepted by new drinkers. I like it. I have no complaints about it. It's just, you know, me having an experience with 12 coming to Founders Edition. Big difference, slight difference, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, give it a 4.
Chaps.
What's your rating? I gotta take a while to marinate on this.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Let me see before I put my final rating.
Overall, I did like the Glenlivet Founders Reserve. Single malt scotch, 40% proof, decent price point. I would give this a 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10. I wouldn't go as low as 4. I think that this is a nice scotch. If you're going to an event, you want to bring something nice, you know they drink scotch, I think the Founders Reserve is a good way. It's a good starting point. You know, like I said, price point isn't bad. Hopefully, wherever you guys are, if you're paying more than $40 for it, you get into it. I'm sure you got a local liquor store that's a little bit cheaper. But yeah, it's a good, especially for people who don't drink scotch and want to get into it. Yeah, Glenlivet, 40% proof. I don't think you need to add anything to it. If you like your drinks neat, it goes down pretty smooth. 7 out of 10 for me. Chizzy Chaps.
How you feeling?
How you feeling?
See, because originally I was thinking the 7 out of 10, but in terms of like the overall scale, just in terms of all drinks and anything that you could do to enjoy a drunkable drunk.
A drunkable drunk.
I'll give it a 6 out.
I know exactly what he means.
Yeah,
I mean, I think we all do.
just
Right.
the vibe, the flow,
It's
and
just
all
the
that good
terminology is
stuff.
pretty good.
It was.
And yeah, so I'd give it a 6 out of 10.
Okay.
6 out of 10 because honestly, like in terms of intaking the drink, bringing it in, sharing it, the presentability of the bottle, just everything. Like this is a drink that's easy to get in, grab, and it's like, you know, it's, you know, you could explain to a noob, you could explain to an expert, be like, yo, I just got a bottle of Glenlivet. You ain't got to do too much talking. It's a bet.
And because of the name, it's a juggernaut.
Exactly, that's what I mean. Like, you know, you could bring it in, and it's a decent drunk. Like, instead saying you're drunk, but drunk. Like, you know, you take some of it in, and it's good. It's not too heavy. It's not too, like, you know, spicy. And the acidity is there. It's just like, you know, once you balance it out and you get it right, then, you know, you got a pretty good drink in your hands. If not, then you get a lot of acidity, a lot of hangover. So that's something to consider. Because the bullet in the other episode wasn't as dry.
Right.
The bullet was not as dry as this. Because this I'm going to feel tomorrow. I know I am. Like, it's one of those drinks. Glenlivet as a whiskey, like, you know, like this one, if you work in the next morning, you got like 5 hours of sleep, be careful. Exactly.
Oh, man.
Not to point any fingers, right?
Right.
But nothing. What? Right. So, I guess the overall rating 4, 6, and 7. What does that average out to? A 6 out of 10?
Yeah.
I can't
Like
believe.
a 5.8.
All right, so we'll say a 5.8. Round it up to 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm kind of disappointed.
But I'm not disappointed with the drink.
TNT
Yeah, I'm not
has rated this at a 6 out of 10. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you guys for tuning in. We're going to be here. We're going to keep sipping. We're going to keep doing anything. If we want to put anything else, we will. Thank you guys again from the bottom of my heart.
Yes,
like I
sir.
said, you could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us. And we appreciate that. Lely Hernandez, I miss you, baby. Come home. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. This is TNT. I'm your boy Dedos, Campbell Gambino,
Yes,
Chizzy Chaps. I want to thank y'all one more time. Y'all already know what it is. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.